Elon Musk said, let the future be the future. If it's a future, let it really be exciting, right? Future where we're interplanetary humans and you can jump from one planet to the other. Do you understand? A future where
So if you've ever wondered what it's like to build a startup, you might want to stick around for this. What is a startup? ChatGPT will tell you that a startup is a new company designed to develop a unique product or service and bring it to the market, usually with a focus on growth and innovation. In 2023, all anyone and their mommy could talk about was how there was bastard money in tech, or rather how there is bastard money in tech. But what exactly does it take to build a tech startup? I met up with co-founder and CEO of Travella, Moses Okunwati. He's also the convener of Founders Square, a community of over 350 startup founders and business institutes. We spoke about what it was like to run a startup, develop a business model that works, and, get funded, amongst other things, of course.
come and check it out. Come on! When it comes to starting up and then entrepreneurship, when you get your first idea or any idea, when a new idea pops into your head, you're overexcited. Like, I don't know why up to today, but ideas excite most of us. Like, Jesus, this could be it. Next Google, next this.
But no, the truth is, I believe anybody can have an idea.
Anybody can have an idea. Just give it 3 months straight, all of that, you can. It's done. It's done. Honestly, it's done. You're like, okay. 1 year down the line, you forgot that you ever even had the idea in the first place. Yeah. Do you understand? So growing up was indoors for us. Sometimes it was outdoors, and sometimes it was fully indoors. Myself and my younger brother primarily. So, because it was indoors, we're just always reading. Just literally, yeah. My dad just loved educated children, even though he himself was not so educated. So we're always top of the class, all sorts. So I'm an entrepreneur and a quite adventurous person. I like doing, big things. I love big things. I like thinking big, and then doing big things. So I run Travella. I'm CEO of Travella, and then we're building this big peer-to-peer logistics platform. We're kind of like disrupting the logistics industry. We want it to be faster and cheaper. But this time around, we don't want to use infrastructure. So we want people to be able to pick up package when they're traveling and make money doing that, big word.
So basically, it's like the Uber for logistics.
Well, I'm not going to make free advertisement for Uber right now because...
My bad. But kind of like that, yes?
Yeah, kind of like that. Maybe. My first hardware product was a robotic kit for K-12 classrooms in Africa. That's like, your primary 6 upward. Yeah. So building robotic kits for them, we wanted it to be cheap. So we encountered the problem with logistics for trying to ship to children. Wow. Exactly, that was like 2.5 years ago, just right here. Mm-hmm. So I was at the car park to send package through way big. And then I saw people, people are always moving inside.
And like, you could just, give this person.
I'm like, I could just give this person, right? I'm like, God, that could work. I'm like, this, at least, if many people have my problem, that I'm trying to, problem of logistics, at least if many people have it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that could work. So I ran back here, spoke to the guys, and said, what do you think? And it's like, okay, let's go for Travella.
Wait, so that gave birth to Travella?
Exactly, that's like the back end story of Travella.
Wow, so yeah. It's kind of like, forgive me, it's kind of like you go to the kitchen, yeah, and you want to make maybe like rice, but you're making rice, and then
something that comes up.
And you say, okay, let me make plantain, or let me make plantain, and you end up eating the plantain more than the rice. Or maybe like you go on YouTube to watch something now. Maybe this happens to me all the time. I go on YouTube to like maybe look for something responsible. Mm-hmm, and next thing I know, I'm like down this rabbit hole of cat videos.
Something that catches your attention, then just
go for it. And exactly. And that distraction, or rather that detour, at the end of the day, is usually so worth it. I'm like, okay, I didn't know I was going to find this. I didn't set out to look for this here, but I'm happy with what I found.
Exactly. It's so simple on the surface, but it's complex.
Like deep down, yeah, but like it's like there in
But
plain
it's
sight.
simple something that was just there.
Yeah.
You understand? People are traveling every day. For crying out loud. But then the problem was it's a cultural problem.
Okay.
That will make you not even figure it out in the first place. You might think of it in the first place, but then you come to think of the fact that security and all of that, then that makes you kind of like
back off
immediately, even if it ever crosses your mind in the first place. Okay. Do you understand? But the catch is that we've had primary studies of startups that were meant to never work, considering our landscape culture in Africa. Like the boat was never supposed to work. Or Uber.
Why would you enter a stranger's car?
A stranger's car, for crying out loud. Where kidnapping is rampant in Africa.
Yes.
So what did they just carry you go? Do you understand all of that? So, but then we've seen the fact that those guys worked. Then why shouldn't Travella?
Why not?
Why not Travella? Mm-hmm. So for me also, one of the challenges I would have said, business challenge would have been times when you expect people to see that this is going to work and then you just don't see it.
Yeah,
But that is not even a challenge. It's a major cultural problem in Africa. Africa are low risk people. They don't have too much, appetite for risk. Do you understand? If you bring SpaceX as it's growing today, if you bring the early days, even still right now to Africans, they might not invest in it. We don't like too much risk.
I mean, the propensity, what are the odds?
What are the odds? We enjoy MMM kind of things, shows more than to directly invest in long-term stocks. It does not say that we do not. 4% of us does. 4%, but 90% of us no.
Is that like an actual study, like an actual figure?
No,
it's just
like when I mean 4%, I mean the top.
Like that's like
20% of 20%.
That's like almost less than 1 in every 10 persons.
Exactly, maybe 1 in every 100 persons.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to think about.
You can try with your family members. Tell them to put money in your next startup, and then see how embarrassed you'll be.
Have you tried that?
Well, there was no point trying when you did not get. Except my sister, she's probably the only one who was giving money.
Wow. So
my uncle.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes you look for exact of yourself.
Yeah.
When it comes to dating or relationship stuff, you're looking for exact of yourself, which you most likely never find. But of course.
Wait, have you ever thought about it though?
Yeah, I thought about it. A lot of time.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want exact replica of Moses. It would be too bad, too explosive.
Have you seen Loki?
Loki, yeah, I've seen Loki. Loki obviously did not like. What's her name?
I forgot him.
They got very.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but.
But then.
It was always chaotic.
He was chaotic. No, it was not even always chaotic. He was chaotic.
Yeah.
You could see almost every time. Loki is someone, she's someone.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I both with serious. But there's this thing that happens when they align for that second.
Exactly. There's an old
the synergy
is just there, bro.
Yeah. So honestly, I guess for those of because I've thought about this a number of times, and I'm like, if I ever meet a female Aquila, initially I might not like her, because I'm like, first of all, I will just be pissed off. I mean, I can be a lot sometimes, but I will be intrigued. I will be impressed. So I'm like, yeah, but let's just be friends for now. Whoever you are. Yeah. But I feel you.
Although, for me, I prefer an exact opposite of myself.
An exact opposite.
Exact opposite. When I mean exact opposite, not exact opposite value-wise. I value excellence. I value quality.
Right.
I value speed of execution. You understand? Mm-hmm. But when I mean exact myself, I mean I can be too energetic. So I'm not so calm. So I would like somebody that is calmer. You understand? Way calmer than me. You understand?
To what end, sir?
To
what end?
To what end?
Yeah.
Well, so that when I'm on fire as an entrepreneur, I can always have the water to run back to at home. Yeah.
Are you looking for water now?
Oh no, I'm not.
All right.
My co-founder, Olga Mikaris, I remember one night he wrote to 499 investors.
One night.
4 and like one night. He didn't literally sleep, he was just writing to them, sending bulk mails, all of that, blah blah. So we had this list of investors. I was just writing. So I think only 10 or thereabouts responded. Maybe about 2 really gave good green lights.
Wow. So if per lunch now, yeah, you run Founders Square.
Founders Square,
yeah. If you would give any advice to anyone trying to raise capital, yeah, or be it a startup, be it a business, yeah, what are the some best practices that you would push out?
Don't raise capital. Okay, based on my own experience so far, I'll just say keep building first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? There's something called revenue funded businesses.
Okay.
Where you kind of fund it. It's close to bootstrapping, literally.
Right.
Do you understand? And then investors are attracted to what works.
Especially in Nigeria.
Especially in Nigeria and Africa, which is good for us because we can be very poor at financial management in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So if they load us with a lot of money, you can see how we spend the ball around. Do you understand? So it's very good. We're very hard persons. It's our culture. It's how we are.
Yeah.
You understand? We've not had overflow
of that
abundance before. I know in Africa we say the first set of income, use it on bean cakes. Do you understand? So if due diligence are not done very in Africa, we're not building money. So
basically, you're saying that investors are looking for a system that already works.
At least let it work to a good degree.
Okay.
Do you understand? Make money.
All right.
Have some good number of users that are paying.
Okay.
If they're not paying, how do you even know that it works?
How do you know that your whole business model works there?
Exactly. So paying customers are the best validation methodology for you or technique. Okay. So get to work first. Start from there. Make sure it works. Once you start working, you start making money. Mm-hmm. Work harder. Don't scale. Scaling is not a child's game.
Okay.
It's not a child's game at all. Scaling is all about money. Primarily, you're burning large run.
Mad.
I mean burn rates. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. You're burning a lot of cash every month to scale. So cool down with scaling, but work agile. What do I mean now is that keep building, keep making money, and keep asking investors. Don't stop.
All right.
So that if I asked you yesterday for fund, if you say no to me, when I come again tomorrow, you will see my traction has gone up more than yesterday. If you say no again, next time you see us, my traction will have climbed. And the more traction you make, the more growth you have, the more your valuation increases, which is good. So you don't even lose not getting fund immediately. Because the more you go, the more your valuation racks up.
Wow.
Elon Musk said, let the future be the future. Do you understand? And then what it does mean is that if it's a future, let it really be exciting, right?
Exactly.
Do you understand? Future where we're interplanetary humans and you can jump from one planet to the other. Do you understand? A future where if I speed this out, you're going to know future of Travella literally. And then but it's a larger game in the future. But you understand, think of the future where you're in your room and then something appeals to you online, a product, and it just the moment you click place order, 3 hours to that time is on your table no matter your distance, or even an hour. Do you understand? And then you don't have to think of I'm not gonna order because it's too expensive to deliver, blah blah. But you click order because you know it's cheap, and it gets to you within an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like revolutionizing e-commerce.
I mean it's not even e-commerce again. E-commerce is not a big deal right now. It's social commerce. We spend most time on our social media, and then we engage in the commerce there. If somebody's selling shirts, somebody's selling trousers, online vendors, tons of them. Those are our main targets. You understand? So one of their biggest challenges is logistics. Do you understand? So imagine in the future, we're talking about 3, 4, 5 years now, not just 10, not 10, no, 3, 4, 5 years, where you can just tap the order button and then you don't have to think about logistics. It just arrives affordable and fast.
All right. It's nice to see how there is an attention to excellence and attention to intentionality of actually getting stuff done.
Yeah. And when you go around, you get to see different people in their elements and get to see them work through their stuff. Um, Personally, I learned a lot from this, and I was inspired, man. I was inspired, though. Yeah. And I hope you were too. Um, this is just the first step of my journey and more stories that I will tell. Yeah. And
I think we finished too. Laptop just showed them. The thing just shows no battery now.
but you're still shooting, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still shooting.
Whew. This was one hell of an experience. I literally don't know what to say, but it's nice to have strong people in your corner. Because when you have ideas and you can't exactly put them out, it's nice to have people that believe you, even if they don't exactly see the image, yeah. But what's more beautiful is to have people that see what you don't see and they're like, guy, let's make this thing happen. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I really am. Yeah.